Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 230 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast. I'm Christine.
And I'm Sam.
Here's what's coming up in today's show. In this week's Why Files, we look at why vegan restaurants can be more expensive than traditional restaurants.
In our Noteworthy segment, are vegans weird? One vegan, known as the no-meat athlete, thinks we are.
I know a few weird vegans.
I'm looking at one.
And in our main topic, we're buying a one-way ticket on an imaginary jet plane to Insanity Island, otherwise known as Vegan Reddit Am I the Asshat?
Really, it's one way? We don't get to come back?
Once you go, you can't come back.
Oh,
it's kind of like Hotel California.
Right.
You can
check
out.
in, but you can never leave.
You can never leave.
Yeah, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But before we get into that and before we get into what we've been up to, I do have a couple of things I want to tell everybody.
Okay, then.
The Ridgeland Farms Beagle breeding and testing facility has officially closed.
That's outstanding.
All remaining dogs have been moved into rescue facilities, apparently.
That's excellent.
And so now the focus will move to the other beagle breeding place that's in central New York. So we'll keep our eye on that for you. But that is good news.
That's great news.
Very good
Love
news.
that.
What other news did I have?
I don't know. I'm not in your brain.
I guess that's it. I thought I had some other thing. If it comes to me during the episode, I will pause and tell you what other news I have. But it has slipped my addled mind. So what have we been up to?
We've actually been up to things.
We have been.
I mean, frequently we're not up to anything, but we actually have been up to things. So on Saturday, in celebration of our 14th wedding anniversary, we went to Toronto, specifically to see Mumford & Sons in concert. Yeah. That was kind of a bucket list concert for me.
Exciting.
I've been a Mumford & Sons fan for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
They are just incredible. And so that's where we headed. And we had a really nice drive up to Toronto on Saturday mid-afternoon.
It was a super pleasant drive. Traffic wasn't crazy or anything.
No, it wasn't. We found our hotel easily.
Yep.
And we ordered some absolutely amazing Thai food.
Yes. A restaurant called Pai, that's Pai, in the North York area of Toronto. They are Michelin recognized.
Yeah.
They've been Michelin recognized, I think, like over the last 6 or 7 years. Their chef, her food, oh my God. Now, this isn't a 100% vegan restaurant.
It is not.
But they have not just vegan options. Everything that you can order, you have things that you can check, and you can check vegan, you can check, no oyster sauce,
no fish sauce, yes.
You can be very specific about what you want and what you don't want, and the food was fantastic.
It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And, we'd been going back and forth about, where to order from.
Yeah.
And I was kind of focused on this place, and Christine was like, but it's not fully vegan. We should find a fully vegan place.
We always try to.
We were having trouble finding a fully vegan place that would deliver.
That was close enough.
In that area, because we weren't right in the center of the city.
Yeah.
And so as I'm kind of going on the DoorDash website, and looking at each of their items, I'm like, wow, it just says right here, make it vegan.
Yeah.
Make it, vegan, and then no fish sauce, no oyster sauce, no whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so finally we decided that this was the way to go.
Yeah.
And the food was just exceptional.
It was phenomenal.
We got some of their Thai spring rolls.
Yeah.
Which were perfect.
They're so good. It's so flavorful.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And I love it when a spring roll has glass noodles in it.
Yeah.
Like just that textural interest is so amazing to me. So that combined with the mushrooms and the cabbage and the carrots and the spice was
lots
just
of greens.
Perfect. Yeah.
And they were just flavored and spiced to perfection.
We also got their absolutely astonishing garlic tofu.
Oh yeah. If you ever go to Pai, we got a double order, and I'm glad we did, of the garlic tofu. It's a breaded fried tofu, and they give you
some sweet chili sauce to go with it
to dunk it in. Oh, so good.
Yeah, texturally perfect, incredibly well seasoned, not even remotely greasy for a fried tofu, which is impressive.
Yeah.
And the sauce was perfect as well.
Yeah.
really just amazing. And this was kind of like we had a double order and we're eating dinner and we're realizing we're getting very full.
We were
very fast because the food was so good. And so we ended up eating probably more than half of that garlic tofu as our late night snack after the concert.
Yeah.
And then for an entree, I had their pad thai.
Yeah, Pad Nui.
Chef Nui's pad thai.
Yeah, is the chef.
And it was absolutely spectacular. The texture of the noodles was perfect. It was beautifully spiced. I do wish that I had gone one spice level up.
Yeah.
Because I do really like spicy food, especially Thai spicy.
Yeah.
And
you just never know how hot
you don't. And so Christine convinced me to go with the medium.
Yeah.
Instead of what they had listed as foreigner hot.
Yeah.
They had foreigner hot and they had Thai hot.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go with the foreigner hot as a starting point.
Yeah.
But Christine was like, no, get the medium just in case we're going somewhere you don't, want the spice to be messing with your stomach or anything. And so I took that advice. And while it was outstanding, I probably next time will go up a spice
I always
level.
err on the side of caution when it comes to spice
and
level,
that makes sense, especially if it's a place that you haven't gone to before.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you're not at home or
That's
whatever.
Right.
In
and
case
you
end up
had
with a stomach ache. I had the pad see ew.
Mm-hmm.
So good, loaded with veggies and greens
and tofu.
It was just amazing.
Yeah,
and just so flavored so well.
Yeah, it really.
And mine wasn't spicy, which I didn't mind.
Oh, well, right.
Yeah.
Well, no, that is a milder dish
Yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now, the only mistake I did make with this order is that I ordered a Thai iced tea.
Yeah.
And forgot while I was considering that this wasn't a fully vegan place.
Yeah.
And that unless it's specified, Thai iced tea is going to have dairy in it.
Yeah.
And so it was sent to us in a bottle, and I read the bottle, and it said contains dairy.
Yeah.
And so I did not drink the Thai iced tea.
No, we left it in the refrigerator in the room.
Leave it unopened,
Yeah. Hopefully somebody enjoyed it.
I hope so.
Hope
I really
just
do.
Get thrown away.
And I didn't drink it because I was concerned that having not had dairy in many, many years, I thought that would cause issues.
Yeah, that is, I wouldn't even try.
Because that's not quite the same as accidentally eating a cookie or a muffin or something that has trace amounts of dairy in it.
Or egg.
Or egg. Yeah, it's just not the same thing. Like actually directly consuming
Liquid.
dairy, I thought that would be a bad idea.
That would have been a bad idea. So if you are ever in Toronto, I think they have 2 locations.
Okay.
One's in North York, and I don't know where the other one is. I'm imagining it's more close to City Center. But it's Pai again, Pai.
Yeah.
So good.
Just extraordinary food. Highly recommend. As we were kind of cleaning things up, we're like, we will definitely be going here again.
Yeah.
It was just spectacular.
Totally worth it. Yeah. I wish we had some more now.
I do too.
Yeah.
We sadly do not.
Not only did we have leftover tofu, we had leftover
everything.
Of our pad thai too.
Yep.
So when we got back from the concert,
we basically had second dinner.
We had, because we ate dinner really early because this concert was supposed to start at like 6:30, which was weird. But so we ate pretty early. So we were hungry again by the time we got back to the hotel. It was midnight.
Oh, it was past midnight by the time we got back.
Yeah. So it was good. We got 2 full meals out of it.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really awesome.
Yeah, it really was.
And so then after dinner, we hung out for a little bit, and then we headed off to Rogers Stadium, which is where the concert was being held. And we ran into really the only complication of the night, which is that the parking for this event was nearly impossible to find.
It was confusing, and a lot of that, I think, has to do with the World Cup was happening in Toronto.
Yes.
So the facility, I think, where the World Cup was being played was very close to Rogers Stadium. And so, everywhere we turn, they're like, you can't park here for the stadium.
That's right. You can't park here. You can't park here. And it's like, well, okay, where are we supposed to go? And we kept getting conflicting information from different people. And so it felt like we were just driving around in circles. And it was just driving me absolutely crazy.
I think we looked for parking for 35, 40 minutes.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least. Because, the concert did officially start around 6:30. There were 2 opening acts.
We missed the first
We
opening
did miss
act.
the first one because of the parking issue.
Yeah.
We finally did find parking.
Yeah. And it was free, which was
And it was
nice.
free, so that was a nice surprise because I was fully intending to have to pay for parking because you usually do.
Yeah.
So that was a nice surprise. And then we had probably maybe a mile and a half walk.
Yeah, my Apple Watch said it was a mile and a half.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's right, because your Apple Watch thought you were working out
Yeah,
as
it's like,
we were walking to the stadium.
If I do too much activity, my watch goes, "Are you working out?"
It's pretty funny.
I'm like, well, I guess I am. So I just said yes, and it kept track of how far we walked.
So once we got into the stadium, we got a couple of drinks, and I was really happy that they had like mocktails.
Yeah, they had a couple of mocktails,
which I thought was really kind of great.
Yeah, I mean, ridiculously priced. If you've been to an arena or a stadium like that, like I think I paid $19 for a beer.
Right, and my non-alcoholic cocktail was $14.
Yeah,
but to be honest, a $14 mocktail, that's what you're going to get at any restaurant or bar.
Yeah.
Like your beer was way overpriced, but I feel like the mocktail was actually on par with other places. Yeah, I'm not saying it's reasonable. I'm just saying it wasn't
unusual.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So we got a couple of drinks and we found our seats, which were perfect.
Good seats. I mean, we're far from the stage.
We were really far from the stage.
Floor seats were really expensive.
Insanely expensive. Yeah. And was this the concert No. I was going to say, was this... I had some points in Vivid Seats because right before COVID, we had scheduled that we were going to go see Dead Can Dance in Toronto, but then that concert got canceled and never rescheduled.
Yeah.
So I got my money back through Vivid Seats, but no, I paid for Lorena McKenna with those points.
Oh, okay.
Not Mumford & Sons.
But these were nice seats.
They were nice seats.
Nice seats.
Yeah, and there were only like...
With all the big screens, it's...
Exactly.
It's still immersive.
Right. I mean, we were far enough from the stage that I very literally could not see the musicians on the stage. Like if I looked at the stage with all of the lighting and the pyrotechnics going on, I could not see the musicians.
Yeah.
But all I had to do was look at the big screens, and that was fine.
It was a beautiful night.
Oh, gorgeous.
Rogers Stadium, of course, is an open air stadium, and it's huge. It's a big place.
Massive.
Yeah. But it was the weather was perfect. It was breezy and
great.
like 78, and it was just a lovely night.
Yeah. Couldn't have asked for better.
Yeah.
Yep. And getting out after the concert. Oh, wait. And I have to say the concert itself was spectacular.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, my God. I said to Christine a couple of times, it's always such a joy for me when I go to a concert, especially when it's an artist that I've listened to for a long time and I really respect like their writing or their musicianship or anything like that. And you hear them live and you realize that they're the real thing. You know, that what you hear on their albums is not like overproduced or anything like that. Like they sometimes even sound better.
They did.
Live.
They sounded really good.
They were incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of the guys in Mumford & Sons, they're amazing musicians. Yeah. Very talented.
Yeah. Just phenomenal musicianship. And also like they so clearly love what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it was really adorable because they almost seemed kind of like, dude, this is our first honest to God stadium tour, you know, and they're packing tens of thousands of people into stadiums every night. And they seem to be kind of like, man, how did that happen?
Yeah. They seem excited about it.
Really excited about it, which was so very cool.
Yeah.
I will say this is the third concert in a row where I had one song in my head that I was like, if they play that, I'm good for the rest of my life.
You should never do that.
I know.
What if they don't play it?
And I've, like I said, 3 concerts in a row where I've had one song in my head and I haven't gotten the song.
Yeah.
In any of those concerts.
Yeah.
Fawn, Florence, and now Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
I didn't get the song.
Yeah,
and
I don't do that. I just like, I'm happy to hear them play.
Well, I was thrilled to hear them play. And I was absolutely thrilled that there were so many kind of like, they did so many of their older songs, which I was kind of surprised by. And for reference, the song that I was really hoping they would do was Broken Crown off of their Babel.
Babel. It's actually, it's Babel.
Is it Babel?
Yeah.
Okay, so off their
I
Babel.
say Babel too.
Yeah. And no, I was holding out for the last song of the second encore.
Yeah.
But it wound up being I Will Wait for You, which actually is...
It's that crowd pleaser.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like, of course, that was the closer.
Yeah.
I was also absolutely stunned that they did their cover of The Boxer.
Yeah.
Which, amazing. So happy. White Plank Page came up. Like, I Little Lion Man. Like, I was so happy.
Yeah.
with all of it.
It was really good.
Phenomenal.
And if you are a Mumford and Sons fan, their new album I think it's their best one since Babel.
Since Babel, yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic show. Another thing I'll say about the venue that I appreciated was that they had water bottle filling stations everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. I just wish that we had known.
We didn't know.
That was going to be the case because we didn't bring our water bottles. Yeah.
Because here in the States, no, I've never been to a concert where they allow you to bring water bottles in.
Right.
And they charge you $9 for a bottle of water. Mm-hmm. That's how it works.
That's not refillable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really appreciated that the amount of waste that they, eliminated
cutting down on,
by doing that. And they had like great recycling bins. They had composting and recycling and then regular trash, of course. But I appreciate that the venue does that because it was really cool.
Yeah, like my little mocktail was in a reusable cup.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something that was special. I didn't feel the need to keep it for any reason. And they actually had spots that said, return your reusable cups here. You know, like they were serving cocktails in these little shaker glasses. Yeah. You know, and if people didn't want to take them home, they could just return them and they would be reused. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, either reused or recycled in some way.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then we were leaving the concert, making our way out. And I was absolutely shocked. This is the first time I've gone to a concert with Christine where she didn't want to stop to get merch. Like she actually left a concert without getting a t-shirt.
It is one of the few times I've done that, I think.
Like, oh my God. I was floored.
I know. I said, I think I have enough t-shirts. And you just looked at me like, are you okay?
Seriously. I was wondering if there was something wrong because never in her life has she said she has enough t-shirts. And she has more t-shirts than any one human being should own.
It's true.
Like, I'm not joking.
It's true.
She has t-shirts that she's had for 30, 40 years.
I do.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Some that have... And a lot of them band, concert tees that I have. I would like to do that thing where they turn it into a quilt.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We have to find someone to do that because that would be amazing. It'd be a way for you to keep, kind of these sentimental items, but have them be used in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Instead of just sitting in a drawer.
That's right. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So I was shocked by that. And then we're walking out of the complex the same way that we came in. And at night, with it kind of lit up with string lights and a few floodlights here and there, I noticed that we were just this massive herd of thousands of people walking through chain link fences that were topped with barbed wire. And I'm going... This is not a good look.
It was eerie.
It was really kind of surreal. I was like, okay, this is strange. And I know that like not many people are noticing this right now, but in a different context, this would be terrifying.
Yeah. I lost Sam for a couple of minutes too.
Oh, that's right.
We're walking along. She's next to me and I'm, looking around and then I turn around like seconds later and you were gone. I'm like,
and I'm probably turning around at the same time and Christine was gone. And I could not find her
I'm like
anywhere.
yelling your name and nothing.
Didn't hear her.
So I called her. Luckily, we had our phones. And she's like, where are you?
Yeah. Well, the thing was, I had noticed on the signs that we needed to leave by gate 2 to get to where we were going.
Yeah.
And you were heading out towards gate 1.
Yeah.
And you must not have heard me say, oh, Pookie, gate 2's this way.
I didn't hear it.
And so she kept going towards gate 1 and I was making my way to gate 2 and we just lost each other in a split second. And
it was only, like maybe 4 minutes or something.
Yeah, it sounds about
right. But it was
right.
scary because there were so many people.
Oh, gosh, so many people.
Trying to exit. I mean, for part of our exiting, it was just like body to body. That's how close we were.
Yeah, it really was.
It was like,
yeah, it was.
Let me out of here.
It was a little crazy.
Yeah, it was a little claustrophobic.
But once we got out of the complex and back to our car, getting out of the area was surprisingly easy.
Well, it was a breeze.
Yeah. I was thinking back to, we've seen concerts at like Darien Lake where after the concert gets out, it takes 2 hours to get out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I was totally expecting that with this number of people.
Yeah.
But it turns out that a lot of people came to the venue by train because there was a train station right there. And I was like, wow, I wish I had known that was a thing. Yeah. Because we would have done this a little bit differently.
We probably would have stayed closer
to the center of the city and taken the train out.
And then just taken the train.
Yeah. But all ended up being well.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great. And we got back to the hotel and we had our second round of Thai food and
delicious.
Got a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we're driving home and we decided to stop at Coven Market in Hamilton, which was delightful. We actually haven't been there in a few years.
Yeah, there's actually two. Now, Coven Market is a 100% vegan grocery and deli.
And bakery.
And they have two locations, the one in Hamilton, and they also have another location in Kitchener, Ontario. So
yes,
if you're ever up there.
Yeah, so definitely check them out. We went and got, of course, some fun specialty things that we just can't get here.
Yeah.
We're very excited about some halloumi cheese.
Yeah.
We're going to find a spectacular way to use that, whether we grill it or fry it. Or
you got to grill it.
Got to grill it. All right, so we're going to grill it. And, we got some vegan calamari.
Yeah, we'll have to try that.
Which I'm excited about because we've only had vegan calamari once, and it was amazing. At Francia in New York
City.
Yeah. And it was probably the single best bite I've ever had in my life. It was
so good.
Yeah, just crazy good.
Yeah.
So we're going to try that. And of course, picked up some baked goods and we got some sandwiches for breakfast/lunch.
Yeah.
And it was just delightful. It was really good to stop there. And, I hope that we'll stop there on our next trip.
Yeah.
As well.
A cool thing that Coven Market does is if you buy certain vegan replacer products, frequently they sell them in bulk.
Yeah.
And you can order ahead. You can get a case of Just Egg Folds or a case of the kind of bacon that you like.
Yeah, I was actually tempted by the case of Just Egg Folds, to be completely honest.
I was tempted by the $36 tub of Tofutti cream cheese. I mean, this was it was like a bucket of Tofutti cream cheese.
It was. Yeah, it was.
I'm like, no, we would never go through that.
We did not end up doing that.
A lot of cream cheese.
But I was really happy to see, I think we mentioned on the podcast a while ago that the chocolate brand Vigo is no longer selling in the United States.
Yeah.
They are still selling in Canada, though.
Yes.
And Coven carries some of their products. So I got a big Vigo hazelnut bar and some of their pralines as well.
So it's good to know that, the Vigo candy bars are just a mere 2 hours away.
That's right. That's right. Well, because Vigo has been part of our Christmas traditions for several years now. So it's good to know.
So we might have to make a pre-Christmas trip to Coven.
To Coven. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They will be, if you're in that area, they will be at the Burlington Veg Fest, vending at the Burlington Veg Fest, which is August 15th, I believe.
August 15th. Yep.
Yeah. And we're hopefully going.
We're hopefully going to be able to go.
Not to vend, but just to enjoy.
Yes.
Because it's a great festival.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful location, lots of really great vendors, and just a chance to head to Canada.
Yeah, it is. You do kind of breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief when you're there because, you're just away from all that is happening here in the United States, even if it's just for a day or two. It's a nice break from it.
It is. It's wonderful.
Yeah. And the Canadian people are always so friendly. So
yeah. Yep. So we had a great time.
Yeah, we love Canada.
We do.
Oh, Canada. Should we get into the episode?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, here is this week's Why Files. So you might have noticed that vegan restaurants can be a little on the pricey side. They're more expensive primarily because they lack the economy of scale that traditional restaurants enjoy. They operate in a smaller niche, and they use plant-based meat and dairy alternatives that are largely unsubsidized by the government.
Right.
So bear that in mind. Bear these things in mind when you go to a vegan restaurant and you're like, oh my God, they're charging $18 for a hamburger or, for a sandwich and side. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people are like, it's just too expensive. Vegan food's too expensive. But these are some of the reasons why. The higher price point is driven by several interconnected factors: ingredient sourcing and subsidies. Conventional meat and dairy products are heavily subsidized, artificially lowering their cost. Vegan specialty items like plant-based cheeses and meat substitutes have smaller production batches, higher R&D costs. High-quality organic produce and alternatives like cashew-based creams are simply more expensive wholesale.
Yeah.
Labor and scratch cooking, because almost every vegan restaurant, almost all of their menus are in-house made stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, frequently.
Yeah. To cater to dietary restrictions and flavor expectations, many vegan restaurants make components like dressings, meatless patties, and cheeses entirely from scratch. This is highly labor intensive and requires skilled culinary talent.
Yes. And again, is using those ingredients that are not subsidized and therefore are more expensive to begin with.
Yeah. And you're paying people with the knowledge of how to create those things, you know?
Yeah.
They have lower sales volumes because they serve a smaller portion of the public than conventional diners. Vegan establishments have fewer customers over which to spread fixed costs like rent, equipment, and their utilities. So bear that in mind. And so many plant-based restaurants will abide by ethical and fair wage practices.
Yes.
A lot of them are independently owned and operated by individuals who place a strong premium on fair trade sourcing, organic ingredients, and paying their staff a higher, thriving wage.
So important.
Yeah, which, you know, that has to be transferred somehow.
Yes.
And I'm more than willing, if you can't afford it, I am more than willing to pay a little more for a meal, knowing that the people preparing it and serving it are being
making a living wage.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Are being paid a living wage and being treated fairly and ethically.
Could not agree more.
Yeah. So these are just some of the reasons why some vegan restaurants are struggling, because people don't have a lot of discretionary income. Is that the right word?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
And so you know, their business falls off.
Yep.
When we're in times of strife, like right now, gas is so expensive and utilities are raising.
Yep.
But you have to remember all that stuff is rising for them too.
That's right.
Like simple things like tomatoes and things that they put in sandwiches are, you know, almost twice as expensive as they were this time last year.
Yep.
And so because of those transportation costs, everything that they're getting from their distributors is costing them more. So they have to raise prices or they're going to go under.
Right.
And we have, you know, so many vegan restaurants that we love, we have seen fall by the wayside because it's just too hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
So if you can, please, we always tell you to support your local fully vegan establishments as much as you can. I know we talked about Strong Hearts, both in Buffalo and in Syracuse.
And you know what?
Struggling.
We meant to go to Strong Hearts a couple weeks ago and we didn't. I think we need to put that on the list for like this week.
It's on the list. If you're in the Syracuse area, I know the Syracuse vegan community, they're coming up with like a weekly meetup that they're doing at their Strong Hearts. I would like to see people in the Buffalo area maybe do the same thing. So I'm going to reach out to some of our Buffalo vegan friends and see if we can, you know, at least do like, if not every week, every couple of weeks where we all get together, we bring people with us and, you know, we spend time and spend money.
That'd be great.
To support the restaurants that are living, they're walking, walking the talk, talking the walk.
They are both walking the walk and talking the talk.
Yeah.
Yes.
That they're not just out there serving vegan food because it's a fad.
Right.
It's something they believe in.
That's right.
And we have to support those businesses that
yes, we do.
That align with our vegan ethics. And I guess I'll get off my soapbox about that. But just bear all those things in mind when you maybe even when you go to a veg fest and you're just getting what you think is a small portion, but you're paying, you know, $10, $12 for it. It's because all of those factors.
Yeah.
You know, you have to imagine how much they're paying for all that stuff.
Yeah. So it is really great to remember that in most cases when you are purchasing from vegan establishments that they are, think of them as independent makers.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like getting something on Etsy versus getting something on Amazon. Right.
Because most of your traditional restaurants and especially chain restaurants, all of that food is A, subsidized. B, it's coming from like food distribution services.
Yeah.
Frozen stuff.
Yep.
You know, and all their food's coming in trucks. Not all restaurants, of course, but the traditional restaurants where things are house made and all that, you're going to pay a lot of money for your meal.
Yeah.
So you have to bear that in mind that most vegan restaurants, they're making everything
from scratch.
Pretty much everything from scratch.
A lot of things anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Should we move on to our noteworthy segment?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about weird vegans.
All right, let's do it. Well, and the interesting thing is that it seems that our friend, the no-meat athlete, is not saying that all vegans are weird. He's saying he's weird.
Yes, he's talking about the 17 weirdest things that he does now that he's vegan. That a lot of us do.
Oh, yes.
Which makes us weird.
And so we start off, we are all a little weird and life's a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall in mutual weirdness and call it love. That is like the definition of our relationship right there.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Seuss quote.
It is a Dr. Seuss quote, and that is just perfect for the two of us. But let's face it, being vegan or even vegetarian is pretty weird. But that's okay. Weird is the new cool. It's also the new normal, according to Seth Godin, whose post I borrowed the Dr. Seuss quote from. It seems weird begets weird, though. Because in the 2 years, my family, and this is, of course, the author, not Christine and I, has been vegan, bit by bit, we've gone a little nutso in our other habits, many of which have nothing to do with veganism.
Uh-huh.
And yet, in a way, they're all tied back to that fundamental choice to be different from 98% of the rest of the world in our food choices. Being weird, I've found, is not just fun, it's addictive. And so, since my brain is fried from book writing and moving and NYC vegetarian food festing, I figured I'd write a fun post today about the kinky things we do since going vegan. Number 1, live microwave free. I thought I could never give up my microwave, but it turns out it was a lot like going vegan. I used it less and less over time as it became less appealing, and eventually it was just a matter of making the decision to go all the way. It's great. Lots of counter space, one less big ugly box in the kitchen, and food that feels better for us. Whether it actually is or not, I'm not sure. It's slightly more work to steam or bake or simmer leftovers, but it's work that is somehow joyful. Now, we have not dispensed with our microwave.
We do have a microwave, and we do only use it like to reheat things.
Yeah.
And you occasionally will steam dumplings in it.
Yeah, but that's rare. I usually steam dumplings on the stove. Yeah, it's kind of unusual that we use our microwave. You'll use it to defrost things every now and again.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah, it has become less of a staple.
I've never really used a microwave for cooking. You know what I mean?
No, not for cooking.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Okay. Number 2, hand grind our coffee. More oddly joyful work. After reading Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Chef late last year, I got a hand crank burr grinder and an AeroPress, and it's the only way I've made coffee since. The combination not only makes the best coffee I've ever had, it's also convenient enough to bring on a plane. I did have a bit of a disaster when I spilled the grounds all over my lap on a flight home from San Diego, though. Number 3, have a freezer full of broccoli stems and strawberry tops. Why? To feed our blend tech, of course. Might as well waste one less thing and get some more green in our smoothies. Speaking of which, number 4, drink weird-ass smoothies. I like that. It used to be that I could give someone a taste of my morning smoothie and be met with a surprised, hey, this is pretty good. No longer. Now our smoothies start with a base of pumpkin seeds, lots of iron, chia seeds, flax seeds, and almond and yellow pea protein. And that's before the greens get involved. But we're used to it, and somehow it tastes good.
That sounds weird.
It does sound a little strange, but I feel like...
I bet it's chunky.
It's probably pretty chunky, but I agree that the base of seeds and the almond and pea protein... I have a feeling as soon as you add some liquid, I mean, in any fruit, if you toss a banana in that, or you toss some strawberries in that.
Yeah, they don't use any fruit.
Right. Yeah, see, I would just throw a little fruit in there and be all good. Number 5, use pink salt. Since I got heavy into cooking 6 or 7 years ago, it's been a steady progression from the normal processed salt to kosher salt to sea salt to real salt. It's got a pinkish hue and we keep it in a pinch bowl. Sort of looks like a bowl of dirt that we put on our food.
We also use pink salt.
Yes, we do. And we also have a pinch bowl.
We do.
I love that pinch bowl. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Number 6, wear trail shoes everywhere. So here's how this happened. I stopped wearing leather shoes. Technically, I stopped buying leather shoes, and the ones I owned wore out. I bought a pair of faux leather shoes from a discount shoe store. They sell them because they're cheap, not because they're vegan friendly, but I hated them. So then I just started wearing trail shoes around, since they're gray and look better than Danny Tanner white sneaks. Right now, I wear a pair of Merrells that I also run in, and my wife usually wears her New Balance Minimus Trail. I do love trail shoes. I haven't gotten to the point that I wear trail shoes everywhere because they're not the most practical thing for me most days. I'm very much a sneakers person.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
But I did have a pair of like Merrell city hikers that I absolutely loved. I've worn them into the dust, and so I think I need an update on those.
Yeah, I wear my Merrells like through the winter when it's not super snowy.
Right.
Because they have lots of good traction.
Yes, but you don't quite have to switch to snow boots because there's not a foot of snow on the ground.
Right.
Yeah. Gotta love the Merrells. Number 7, dehydrate things. We don't do the hardcore stuff like making crackers and breads and fancy raw food. Honestly, we got it so we could dehydrate fruit for our son to snack on. Except we end up eating most of it. So far, we've done several batches of apples and bananas, but we're still learning. Suggestions? Dehydrated strawberries.
They're so good.
I love dried strawberries.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
They're so sweet, and the texture is perfect. It's like you're eating a not
a gummy
quite,
candy.
not quite gummy, because it doesn't have that artificial texture,
right?
But it's chewier and I don't know, like it's almost like more substantive.
Strawberry raisin.
It is, but the texture's even better than a raisin.
Yeah,
it's so good.
We haven't tried to dehydrate things. Our countertop air fryer is also a toaster oven and a dehydrator, but we've never tried the dehydrator thing.
Okay, so you know what?
Next
Tomorrow
time
I'm going out and I'm buying some strawberries.
Well, we'll probably get strawberries with our farm.
Okay, we're gonna try dehydrating some strawberries.
I'll cut them up and we'll dehydrate them.
That sounds like so much fun.
That'll be fun.
Okay, I love that.
We'll report back.
Yeah, we will. Number 8, run with dates. I've never been able to stomach energy gels, but now that I've discovered dates, it's not a problem. They're small and packed with quick digesting carbohydrate, just like energy gels. Only they're whole foods and completely natural, and they actually taste really, really good. Get fresh ones instead of dried. They taste way better, and they're kind of like gummies. P.S. Victoria Arnstein, wife of Michael, the fruitarian, stopped by our table at the NYC Vegetarian Food Festival last weekend and told me that in her Vermont 100K win and Michael's 100-miler win, they ate nothing but dates.
That's amazing. I follow a YouTuber who they're mostly travel YouTubers, Nate and Kara, or Kara and Nate they go by. And Nate is also a long distance runner, and he does like 100-milers and all that, but he does all those like gels and all that weird runner stuff. Yeah. That's amazing that they ate nothing but dates.
That's just, I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Seriously. Number 9, make tons of stuff from scratch. From nut butter to dried beans to pizza dough with some buckwheat flour. Also weird enough that I wouldn't serve it to guests. We've gone down a road of making an increasing amount of food from whole ingredients instead of buying it in packages. It's fun, and it brings us closer to our food, even if it takes a little more time. But not all that much time. We found relatively easy ways to do this stuff, like making the nut butter in the Blendtec, dried beans in the slow cookers, and pizza dough in the food processor. No word yet on plans to go electricity-free. That's an idea.
Yeah.
Number 10, buy everything else Amy's, Annie's, Bob's Red Mill, Tom's, Bragg, and Brunner's. No, these aren't our friends from the local farmers market, though I'm sure it's no mistake they chose their brand names to sound like that. These are all brands that just 3 years ago I had never heard of, and now they represent most of what we buy that isn't unpackaged produce or bulk goods from our local co-op. We actually refill our Dr. Bronner's soap bottle from a big pump bottle at the co-op, which is fun, and pretty weird too, I suppose.
I do miss having a co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I lived in Pennsylvania, there was a co-op, and
Yeah.
we still stop at it if we're near there. And they too have that where you can refill your soaps, and they have all those bulk things.
Yeah.
I love that, and I miss it. We don't have one.
Yeah, I love their bulk section. Oh my gosh. Just for nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, nuts, spices,
grains,
pasta
of all varieties, coffees. You can get bulk there. So if you like a certain flavor blend, you can like blend the beans. And I do miss. It's
awesome.
fun. It's fun to
is.
get all that bulk, and it's, oh my god, the spices
so cheap,
so affordable compared to what you pay in a grocery store for spices. It's amazing.
Yeah. Number 11, put tofu, avocados, and black beans in desserts. I'm completely on board with this. Absolutely. Sounds gross, but somehow you can't taste them. Tofu and avocado make for deliciously creamy cupcake icing and mousse. And black beans, of course, work amazingly well in brownies.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right about this. Tofu, avocados, and black beans are all neutral tasting enough that whatever else you flavor them with in a dessert sense, whether it's vanilla or chocolate or fruit or cinnamon, it's going to overpower the flavor of that ingredient specifically. But those ingredients give such amazing texture to things. I haven't tried making black bean burritos, but I can definitely say that both tofu and avocado work really well as binders.
You mean black bean brownies?
That's what I meant. What did I say?
Burritos.
Oh, I've definitely made a black bean burrito. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I've tried black bean brownies. I've never made them.
Yeah.
They're good.
All right. Next we have number 12, live with very little stuff. I'd feel like a phony to call myself a minimalist because we still have a bunch of kid toys and dishes and beer and wine glasses and stuff like that. But when we moved last year, we got rid of so much stuff and we haven't gone back. I've been living by my friend Courtney's Project 333, pushing closer and closer over time to owning only 100 personal items. Clutter occupies not just physical space in your house, but mental space as well, and getting rid of it has been incredibly liberating. We did get rid of one too many couches when we moved, keeping only a love seat, and we've missed being able to stretch out, but we'll get another one day. I agree with this too. I love a good purge.
Yeah, and moving is a good way to do that.
It really is. I mean, and we're not planning to move anytime soon, if ever, but I do love a good purge. Like, I know that I need to, I just redid that back room. And there wasn't a ton of purging that went on, but there's a fair pile of stuff that's getting donated and that kind of stuff. But like, I know I need to go through my clothes and do a reorganization and purging. And again, that's going to be mostly donation. There's very little that I'll probably throw away as useless. Yeah. But I do like freeing up space and, not looking at clutter. Like there's actually very little I like more than a well-organized space. Yeah. I don't always achieve it, but when I do, it makes me really, really happy. Yeah. Number 13, eat weird pastas. Spelt, quinoa and corn, brown rice. Not because we have any sort of gluten intolerance or even a sensitivity, but because it's fun to try new stuff. I agree. I love trying different pastas of different flours. Yep. You're less prone to that.
I'm kind of a purist when it comes to pasta, but I mean, I like whole wheat pasta. And Aldi's has, what was that one pasta that we got? Was it quinoa pasta?
I think it was a quinoa pasta.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. But I like chickpea flour pastas. I like spelt pasta. And yes, sometimes the textures are a little bit strange and you have to find like the right one. Yeah.
Well, and like the thing is, when I make pastas, I like to make a lot of pasta so that we have leftovers, and a lot of those alternative flour pastas
come in smaller packages.
No, they don't.
Oh, they
don't reheat well.
You're right.
Like it changes.
We have had that issue a couple of times.
When they get, cooked and then cold and then cooked again, it changes the texture on them.
Yeah, they don't hold up.
Yeah,
You're right.
They don't hold up very well. But I mean, other than that, there are some really delicious alternative flour pastas out there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they're healthier for you.
Yeah. Well, certainly than white flour.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
But when I do buy white flour, again, Aldi's has some really great imported Italian
they do.
pastas that they don't have any extra stuff in them. They're just flour and water. Basically.
Yep.
And they're good.
All right. Number 14, drink kombucha. It'd be really weird if we brewed kombucha and had our own SCOBY, like my buddy Jeff Sanders does, but we're not there yet. For now, I'm satisfied drinking it, something I didn't start doing until I got to Asheville, where it's made locally, like so much else. I found the smaller and more local you get kombucha, the funkier it tastes, which I imagine is how it's really supposed to be.
Yeah, neither one of us are big kombucha fans.
Nope.
No.
I don't really like anything fermented.
Yeah.
So I've never really been I can't stand beer.
Yeah.
I don't really like wine. Red wine gives me headaches.
Yeah.
I don't really like sauerkraut.
I know. I love sauerkraut.
Although if the sauerkraut doesn't have too much fennel,
yeah.
I can't eat it on its own, but like if you put it on a vegan Reuben, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
I love
because then it's
sauerkraut.
balanced out by other flavors.
Yeah, it's not so
the only thing.
Crowdy.
Yeah. Right, exactly. It's not quite so crowdy.
Yeah. Oh, and the SCOBY thing? I know some people do make their own SCOBYs to make their own kombucha. And one of the vegan YouTubers that I watch, Merle, I can't remember her last name, but if you just Google vegan Merle on YouTube, she'll come up. She tries things that people recommend to her, and one of them was using a SCOBY to make vegan steak.
Okay.
It was bad.
Okay.
Really bad. First of all, she's like poking, because you can buy SCOBYs to start your own kombucha or whatever.
I don't even know what a SCOBY is.
It's basically a lump of, it's kind of like, when you buy apple cider vinegar and sometimes it comes with the mother.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the little blobby bacteria.
It's the mother of kombucha.
Yeah, basically is what it is. It's just like a blob of bacteria.
Alrighty then.
Which sounds really appetizing.
Yeah, it does.
But she's like opens this package and she's like poking it. She's like, oh, and then she like gave it a name. She's like, I feel bad about cooking Fred or whatever she called it.
Fred. Yeah. Oh my God.
So then she cooks it like in a frying pan, and she said, this is not edible. I don't know who said that this is like a vegan steak, but it is absolutely inedible.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Number 15, sprout things and buy sprouted things.
We like to sprout things.
We do love to sprout things. Sprouting is hippy dippy for sure, but we do it usually with beans and lentils because it takes even less effort than cooking them and makes them into something more vegetable than bean. As for buying sprouted things, we usually stick to Ezekiel bread, most often for almond butter or hummus, but never both, sandwiches, which our 3-year-old eats like it's his job. Their new flax sprouted whole grain bread has 5 grams of protein per slice, and even the plain Ezekiel has 4 grams per slice. So I don't feel bad about giving my kid 5 sandwiches a day and nothing else. Ezekiel bread is really good.
It is.
Dave's
is good, too.
Dave's is also really good, and they make these wonderful sprouted grain everything bagels.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah, they are just wickedly good. I love them. On the expensive side, but well worth it every now and again. But we also love to sprout things. Sprouts are kind of a necessity for me on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing a tofurkey sandwich, I want sprouts. And so we kind of rotate the kind of sprouts we do.
Yeah, we have
broccoli sprouts or radish sprouts or clover sprouts. Or,
we have like half a dozen, maybe 8 little bags of sprouting seeds, and they're easy to find. And it's so easy to sprout them. You just soak them overnight and then
toss them in a mason jar.
You put them in a mason jar with an aerated lid.
Yep.
You can get those aerated lids. We have a couple of them. And then soak them in water overnight. And then the next day, you drain the water out. You rinse them twice. Flip them upside down. and letting air.
Yep. You put them on. We have a little stand.
Yeah, so
that we put our sprouts
they aerate,
on.
and then leave them out of the sun for the first couple of days. Rinse them like that. Rinse them
Every
twice.
day.
Rinse them twice a day.
Yep.
So rinse them again, turn them upside down. Later in the day, like before you go to bed, rinse them again twice, and then do that. And like within 5 days, you will have
an amazing number of sprouts
from like a tablespoon of seeds.
Yeah.
You will have a full mason jar full of sprouts.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Love it. Number 16, live in Asheville. Asheville is an amazing mountain town in western North Carolina, and we just signed a lease to stay for another year. And it's uber freaking weird. I don't know how to describe it other than as a mix of art, local beer, food, outdoors, hippies, hipsters, retirees, families, music, and mountain culture.
I've heard some really great things about Asheville.
We love it here. You should come visit. That would be good. Yeah, we could. That sounds like my kind of place. And number 17, eat weird foods. A lot of the items I've listed so far have already been weird-ish foods, but I don't want to overlook the obvious. We eat so much food now that I didn't know existed before we went vegetarian. To us, and to you, I'm guessing, they're familiar. Tempeh, quinoa, hemp seeds, spelt, tamari, miso, even kale and tofu, which seem so ordinary now, are foods that not too long ago I considered hippie food. So there you have it. Weirdness. And the best part of it all is that to many of you, so much of this will seem completely normal. Just more evidence that, as Seth and Dr. Seuss say, we are all weird. I'm sure glad we weirdos found each other. That's really cute.
I mean, embrace your weird as a vegan.
That's right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as a vegan, as a human, embrace the weird.
Yeah. And there's an adorable picture of Matt Frazier, a.k.a. the No Meat Athlete, on this article where he's wearing this hat that looks like it's made out of burlap or something. And it has some fuzzy things attached to it. You know, he's trying to look weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's accomplishing it.
He has a nice face.
He does.
And a good beard.
Very good beard.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's the No Meat Athlete. You can check out his blog at nomeatathlete.com. It's time now for our main topic. That's right. Grab your one-way ticket to Crazy Town.
I do love me an ass hat episode. Yep. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah. Do you want to do the first one?
Well, I've been talking quite a bit.
Okay.
So why don't you do the first one?
Yeah, have yourself a beverage or something.
I will.
Okay, so this first one comes to us from username not using for porn 118.
Okay.
And they say, girlfriend mad because I said it's hypocritical to try the new KFC Beyond Meat. Am I the asshat? We're both vegan, and she absolutely loves the Impossible Whopper. And I did for a while too, until I made the realization that it's still supporting the animal abuse industry. When they announced that KFC was making wings with Beyond Meat, what are your thoughts on this? He actually says, what are Yin's thoughts? So I'm assuming that this
from
person
Pittsburgh.
is from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if you're a Yinzer, you're from Pittsburgh.
What are our thoughts on him calling his girlfriend hypocritical because she wants to try the Kentucky Fried Chicken Beyond Meat nuggets?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily think that's fair. I mean, he's not wrong in that buying vegan products from companies that are doing fast food, so like Burger King, like KFC, that it is still supporting the industries that are exploiting and killing animals for food.
Sure.
You're not wrong. But at the same time, buying those products from those organizations proves that there's demand for such products, and maybe in future, not right around the corner, mind you, but in future, maybe those kinds of products will feature more prominently on their menus. And so I'm really of two minds about this. We also have a Burger King, and we have an Impossible Whopper maybe once a year. And I'm okay with that. I don't find that to be hypocritical. I think it would be hypocritical to suddenly buy meat from
Right.
Burger King.
Right.
Or to say, well, it's okay to get the Impossible Whopper from Burger King because that's red meat, but I'm going to get chicken from KFC because it's chicken, like treating different species differently.
Sure.
That would be hypocritical. But I don't think it's hypocritical to try a new vegan product from a non-vegan company.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's just kind of it's a two-sided coin.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What about grocery shopping?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
Where you grocery shop, unless you're shopping at a fully vegan grocery store, there's going to be tons of animal products in that store. And you're supporting them by buying the non-animal products in that store. So where do you draw the line? You know?
Exactly. And so, I mean, if this just isn't a hill that I would die on.
No, it's not a hill I would die on. We don't eat out at fast food restaurants. And like Sam said, maybe once a year we'll have an Impossible Whopper. 9 times out of 10, it's because of desperation that we're someplace, that's our only option.
Right.
And then maybe the other percent is...
There was a day where Christine mowed the lawn and really didn't want to cook, and we didn't have much in the house because we hadn't gone grocery shopping in a while. And I happened to be working up until around dinner time, and I was like, do you just want me to bring home Impossible Whoppers?
Yeah.
And so that's what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to get it without cheese and without mayo.
Yep, no cheese, no mayo.
And when we bring them home, I usually put some vegan mayo on mine, you know.
I do too. And extra pickles. I put extra pickles on my
I guess I
Impossible
appreciate
Whopper.
having the option, but I really, there's no way around it. Those places, those fast food restaurants are going to be selling animal products, whether you get an Impossible Whopper or not. And I don't think that getting one or trying the KFC nuggets, which we wouldn't do anyway, probably.
No, probably not.
I don't think that, like Sam said, it's definitely not a hill I'm going to die on. And I would never, ever call somebody a hypocrite for eating those things if they're still remaining vegan.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, as long as the product itself is vegan, then no, it's not hypocritical.
Yeah.
It's not ideal, but it's not hypocritical.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would call you an asshat. I feel like that's going a little bit far, but I don't agree with your choice of word for your girlfriend. I don't think it's hypocritical.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're a half cheeker.
A half cheek?
Yeah, I think you're a half cheeker because I think you're setting some unrealistic expectations on your girlfriend.
That's fair. Next, we have from No Direction Now. I caught my girlfriend eating meat red-handed. I, male 24, have been in a relationship with a very pretty girl, female 23, for approximately a year. Why does it matter that she's very pretty?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay. I was raised by vegetarian parents, and after learning the horrors of the milk and egg industries, I went vegan at the age of 16. I've been involved in several protests and rescue operations. I've saved dogs, cats, chickens, and cows from the streets and from violent slaughter. I can't ever imagine hurting and eating an animal. Because of my lifestyle and the fact I'd be willing to only date a vegan who shares my beliefs, I was single most of my life. I didn't know a single vegan and was okay being single. Then, me and my girlfriend's mutual friend introduced us to each other. She told me that she was a vegan and had had a crush on me for several months. We started dating and had immediate chemistry. We agreed on topics like animal abuse and how wrong it was to hurt animals. Our relationship was very smooth, and she would love cuddling with chickens, dogs, and cats that I saved. 1 year passed in bliss, and we even talked about marriage and having a baby. 2 days ago, when I was returning from errands, I saw my girlfriend's car in front of the mall. I decided to meet her and say I love you. A few minutes later, I saw her with her friends inside KFC through the glass wall. I saw her eating meat, and she clearly had a bone in her hand. I went inside and confronted her. She froze. Without speaking a word, I removed the ring she gave me and told her it's over. She started crying and apologizing, but I just went away. She called several times and left texts of how much she loved me and promised to be vegan forever. but I felt really hurt that she was abusing animals even after knowing how horrible that industry was. I went home and looked at a chicken I saved. A few hours later, calls have not stopped. My mutual friend told me I'm an asshat for dumping her for eating what most normal humans eat. She said that my girlfriend went vegan just because she liked me and knew I'd never date a non-vegan. My girlfriend was with her friends and just took some chicken because all of them were eating it. She says she loves me so much that she'll never eat meat again, and I should give her another chance. Am I the asshat for being a bad boyfriend who judges people based on their food habits, and should I give her a second chance? Okay. I don't think you're an asshat for taking issue with your girlfriend eating meat when she has said to you that she is vegan.
Yeah. As far as he knew, she was vegan.
That would not be cool. If I saw Christine somewhere eating a cheeseburger when I thought she'd been vegan for the last 7 years, that would be problematic.
It would be disturbing.
It would be disturbing, and that would definitely merit a conversation. I do, however, think you're an asshat for doing this immediate, dramatic, in front of her friends breakup.
Yeah.
Without having a conversation with her first. That's where the asshattery comes into play.
Right.
It's absolutely valid that you would be shocked and you would feel betrayed even because that your partner of more than a year had been lying to you. And sure, I would love to believe that this was a one-off thing, that, you know, she was just having a little bit of chicken because all of her friends were eating. But it would be hard to know that that was true.
Yeah.
And so I would have a problem with that as well. So I don't think the asshattery comes in because of your concern over your girlfriend eating chicken when she'd said she was vegan. It comes over the way you handled it. That was definite asshattery.
Yeah, I agree. First of all, I'm assuming he started the whole post by saying that she was very pretty. This person is 24.
Yes.
But they're acting like they're a preteen. Taking the ring off that she gave him and making that dramatic scene in front of all of her friends. And, you know, that's like high school stuff.
Yeah.
Sure, you felt betrayed and lied to because you were basically lied to.
Yes.
And I think the friend that introduced you to her probably should have said she went vegan because she has a crush on you.
Right.
Not that she's vegan too.
Right. Because those are two different things.
Yeah.
If she's vegan on her own, beforehand, I think that's a much more stable vegan place to be coming from, because she's probably chosen it for either ethical or health or environmental reasons that are important to her. If she's becoming vegan just because you're vegan, it's not as strong a position. And so it could be more open to flexibility, let's say.
Yeah. I think if she said she was vegan and she's been eating meat all this time, I mean, I guess that's a conversation that they have to have. Have you been just eating meat all this time and lying to me and saying you're vegan? If that's the case, then I'd be like, I'm not sure that I can be with somebody that would basically lie to me every day of our lives, you know? If it was just like a one-time thing, like she said, one of her friends handed her a piece of chicken or something, then I think it's something that they can have a conversation about. But yeah, and he is a little bit of an asshat for treating her the way he treated her in that moment, but she's also a little bit of an asshat for lying behind
I agree completely.
And eating animals behind his back.
Yes. And to answer the question, should I give her this a second chance? Well, I mean, I can't say.
Yeah.
I would say that that's a pretty egregious lie to tell. I mean, especially when veganism is so clearly, you know, central to your ethics.
Yeah.
And of course you want a partner who shares your ethics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So I definitely can't answer that question. Would I give Christine another chance if I saw her eating meat behind my back? Well, we've been together for almost 20 years. And so I'd probably, you know, give her a good smack upside the head and say, what are you doing? I'd probably give Christine a second chance. But again, there's a big difference between a relationship that's been going on for a year and one that's been going on for 20.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he starts the post saying something about his ex. So I'm assuming that he did not take her back or give her another chance.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But yes, there is definitely some ass hattery there, but it's not for the reason that you're thinking. It's not your judgment. It's the way you handled the situation.
The way you handled the situation. Yeah. This next one comes to us from Jan Fitz 234. Am I the ass hat? I am vegan. My company sent me a lot of animal products. I said to HR, please consider me next time when getting a gift, as I am against the purchasing of these products. She sent a passive-aggressive email back. What do I do? Here's the long version. I am a paid intern where I work, and recently they sent out Christmas presents to everyone. As I am sure you could guess, products with animal products were sent to me. And I'm talking like a lot of animal products. I ended up sending an email to HR. They organized it, saying that I appreciate the generous Christmas gifts. Maybe next time ask dietary restrictions because the purchasing of these products for me goes against my ethics. And thanked them again at the end, saying I understand how this could be overlooked and was only writing for future consideration. I got a passive-aggressive response in return with them CCing my manager. They were justifying it and saying that the ones with allergies and the ones with religious beliefs are in the same boat as me, so I shouldn't complain. It got passive-aggressive when they were suggesting that I can get the warm glow of giving if I re-gift them. Wow. Basically, the whole tone of the email was saying that you are being silly and put up with it. In my previous email, I had already explained how I was against the purchasing of these products over the consumption of these products, which she clearly didn't understand. Otherwise, she wouldn't have mentioned those with allergies. I have an email written out where I take the high road again by not being passive-aggressive and just point out that I didn't appreciate the tone and basically explaining again in more depth why it isn't the same and why it is important for them to ask next time. I haven't sent it yet, and I'm debating whether I should or not. So, should I ignore the email? Should I write a very positive one back saying thank you for understanding and whatever? Should I send off one where I take the high road, but point out that she didn't understand my point and explain my point further?
Okay, I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
I really do. And here's why. Number one, it doesn't surprise me at all that, when she wrote to HR to explain that, these products were not appropriate gifts for her, that HR got snarky in their response.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me at all. And the answer to, is this woman an asshat for raising the issue with HR? Clearly not. No way. Not even close.
No.
The way I would respond to this is to mention to HR that it would be in their best interest to acknowledge the allergies and the religious beliefs of their employees. That is important, that would make their employees feel seen and respected in a way that they currently are not, obviously.
Yeah, and how simple would it be to just, before those gifts are sent out, send out an email out to everybody.
A simple survey.
And say, if you have any, allergic problems,
allergies, if dietary restrictions, religious
beliefs, anything that might... Let us know by
X date,
and we will send you a gift card.
That's right.
For the same value as whatever the gift was that they were sending out.
That's right. Or if they are willing to do so, they can tailor the gift itself, or just do gift cards across the board,
or opt out.
We are preparing for our annual Christmas gift delivery. It will contain these things. If you would like to opt out of this gift for religious, ethical, or dietary reasons, please check here. It's that simple. So no, author of this post, you are nowhere near an asshat. I would respond suggesting an action just like this, saying it would be great. And I think it would really kind of Be a positive step in the relationship between HR and the employees.
Yeah.
To put out a survey like this,
Yeah.
To acknowledge that different people have different needs, or to alter the way that they give Christmas gifts, to make it so that there's more choice or agency within that. Again, gift cards. So I think that would be the best way to approach it. Because then you're saying, oh, you make such a good point about those because then you're validating, I understand that there are other people who may have issues with this, but you as HR, you could make yourselves look really, really good by doing something very, very simple.
Yeah, I would recommend that they ditch the gift giving, the products completely and just give gift cards. To everyone.
Sure.
That way, I mean, where I worked, they used to give us turkeys every Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. And thankfully, by the time I was vegan, they stopped that practice for just this reason, because there were people that didn't eat meat or whatever. And we always had a truckload of frozen turkeys, which we would then drive to our food bank.
Oh, well, that's good.
I mean, they didn't go to waste. These birds didn't die for nothing. But yeah, it got to the point where it's like, this is just dumb. We have an entire truckload of these poor turkeys that nobody wanted.
Right.
So as a corporation, worldwide, they stopped that practice and they just started giving out a gift card. And then eventually they stopped giving the gift card.
Of course.
Eventually you didn't get anything.
Right.
But yeah, that's the easy way around that, is to just offer a gift card,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, we have a question from Weetabix Arbe.
Weetabix Arbe.
And the question is, am I the asshat? So my sister told me she hit a hedgehog in her car and killed it.
Aww.
She was crying and very shaken.
Yeah, that's sad.
She told me I've never hit an animal before. I replied, no, but you've eaten plenty of them. How was the chicken you ate for dinner any different from the hedgehog? Now she won't talk to me. Am I the asshat of this situation? Edit. I apologized to her. She respects my views, but can never be vegan because she has celiac and it's too hard. Some people will never change.
Well, that's true. Some people will never change. It's a pretty backhanded comment, especially when the sister was obviously emotional and upset about hitting the hedgehog.
Yeah.
Not really a good time to bring that up.
I agree. Because vegan or not, there's a real difference between knowing that you were directly responsible for the death of an animal. It feels a little traumatic. Like if you hit an animal, a squirrel, a hedgehog, a deer, it feels traumatic. Like, to me, I hate seeing animals who have been killed by drivers on the road. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And so I think that experience is just different because you feel the immediacy of it in a way that you don't when you are consuming an animal that was slaughtered in a way that you did not see. Yeah. That kind of a thing. And so I think your timing was really, really off. Your statement isn't wrong.
No, absolutely not. You're correct. It's
right, but it's
a double standard for sure.
But it is phenomenally insensitive under the circumstances. Yeah. Now, the comment that she then makes, and I'm glad that you apologized because that to me would be apology worthy. Yeah. Say, I'm really sorry. That was insensitive. You were clearly upset and I made the situation worse. I really could have picked my moment better. So I'm glad that the apology was given. And I can never be vegan because I have celiac disease. Well, I have to say, those who have celiac disease and who really cannot consume gluten in any form, to have additional dietary restrictions on top of that would be phenomenally hard.
It would be very difficult. Not impossible.
No,
but
not
very
impossible,
difficult.
but incredibly, incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
So I do have a certain degree of sympathy for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's fair to say some people will never change right there. You know, I mean, it's true. Some people won't, but it has this tone of like disdain towards your sister that, oh, well, she has celiac disease. And so being vegan would be really complicated because she can't eat so many of the things that, you know, vegans rely on, especially in the whole grain realm.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a little unfair as well.
Yeah.
A little unnecessary. So are you an asshat? Well, I don't think you were intentionally an asshat.
But you were in that moment.
But you were in that moment.
In that moment.
Yeah.
One of the commenters makes kind of a good point in their comment. They say, at least the hedgehog presumably lived a happy and free life until impact.
You know?
Not so much for the livestock she consumes. I've found that folks are less defensive when I phrase things more as an inquiry, as in, I could see how upset you were about the hedgehog. That definitely was traumatic. I'm curious how you view this as upsetting, but remain to be a meat eater.
Yeah.
Or some variation thereof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean, definitely could have been handled better.
Right. And another of the commenters just very simply says, yeah, you're the asshat. You're correct.
Yeah.
But you're the asshat.
Yeah, sometimes being right isn't always right.
That's exactly.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it is obviously, you know, we know, I mean, I think almost every vegan has non-vegan people in their circle, you know, friends and family. And it can be really difficult to understand how people don't make the connection between, say, you know, killing something on the road or something happens to a dog or something like that. They don't make the connection between that and the food that they're eating. They just don't connect it. They're two completely separate things. They can say they're animal lovers. We work at an animal shelter and every person there loves animals.
Yes.
98% of them eat animals.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just either you're going to make that connection or you're not.
Right. And it's one of those things like, you know, we go to our shift to take care of the cats and kittens on Sunday mornings. But, you know, whenever there are organized events, fundraisers, you know, they're frequently food based, like a spaghetti dinner or a barbecue. And we've mentioned several times that, you know, there are ways that you could do this without killing animals. And we don't think it's right to sell the dead flesh of certain types of animals in order to support the care of other types of animals. And they haven't caught on. And so, you know, we've just said we're not going to be involved in any of these.
They usually just respond, we totally understand. And I mean, I always say we will never be involved in any fundraiser that you're doing.
That sells animal products.
No, even if the fundraiser doesn't at that moment, because you're still holding fundraisers where you are cooking and selling animals.
Right.
So we don't volunteer for any of it. No. We go, we spend our time with the animals, we do our duties, you know, cleaning and all of that and caring for the animals. And then we go home.
Yes.
We don't want to be involved in the people.
That's one way to put it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so that last one kind of ties in beautifully with this next one that comes to us from Pickle of Wisdom.
Oh, I love the idea that there is a pickle of wisdom.
Pickle of wisdom.
Oh my gosh.
Kindness to meat eaters in the face of injustice to animals. Where's the balance? I'm always happy to have a friendly conversation about veganism because some people are so detached from reality when it comes to where their food actually comes from. Heck, it's promoted everywhere you look, in the classroom, on billboards, even the cows on the milk cartons look so happy. I recognize that veganism can't spread without education, but I can't help this feeling of hatred towards meat eaters. People who know the facts. You can't be a grown adult and be that oblivious about the meat industry. People know damn well what they're doing is wrong. That's why they refuse to watch or even think about where their food comes from. From my experience, most people aren't even willing to have a simple conversation about veganism. It affects my day-to-day life. I automatically judge people who eat meat. I simply don't want to associate with them. I have this perception of the rest of the meat-eating world as stubborn, ignorant, and downright lying asshats. I feel like veganism has been a divisive force in my life, alienating even. I've grown apart from long-held friends because I can't tolerate it. Am I the asshat for judging people so harshly? I mean, heck, I ate meat once too. I wish I could just care less about the mass slaughter of millions of animals, but it's a fire in my thoughts that I can't ignore. A fire that's burning my compassion towards fellow humans.
I'm sorry, but yes, you are the asshat for judging people so harshly. And by admitting that you once ate meat as well, you're being hypocritical, because I'm very sure that when you were a meat eater, you did not judge yourself so harshly.
Right.
So I can't get behind this at all. I too wish that everybody was vegan. I really do. I wish that we could just eradicate the animal agriculture industry overnight. That would be amazing. But it's not the reality of the world.
Yeah.
So no, I cannot look at every person in my life who is not vegan, and that's the majority of them.
Sure.
And hate them because of a choice that they make. I can't do it. They are human beings who have the absolute right to make their own choices. Mm-hmm. I don't have to agree with them.
Right. I mean, even if their choices are wrong.
That's right. And they are making a wrong choice.
Right.
I 100% believe that if they are meat eating, they are making a wrong choice.
Right.
But I also made that wrong choice for the vast majority of my life.
Right.
And so I do not have the right to judge them for that. I can believe what I believe. I can disagree with their choice.
Yeah.
But I don't get to think less of them for that choice.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We are all imperfect. Mm-hmm. Not a single one of us does the right thing all the time. No matter how well-intentioned we may be, no matter how much we want to do the right thing, we don't. Because we are human and we are inherently flawed.
Right. Yeah.
On top of that, being a hateful, judgmental vegan is not going to convince anybody that it's the way to go.
And it's bad for you too, you know? I mean, harboring those feelings towards the people around you.
Yes.
It's not healthy.
No, it does terrible things to the body.
Yeah, just if you could just borrow a little of the compassion that you have towards the animals that you're fighting for. Just borrow a little of it and give people a little bit of grace.
That's right. You have to remember that at the core of veganism is compassion.
Yeah.
Everything else is details.
Yeah.
At the core is compassion and empathy.
Yeah.
So I think you really need to do a bit of digging, like a little bit of, not even a little bit, a lot of self-reflection. Figure out where that hatred is coming from. Because it really bothers me that you're talking about hating people.
Yeah.
Not just thinking that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or that their choices, need a bit of revision, but that you hate them.
Yeah.
That to me is disturbing.
Well, it is a little disturbing, except that they have the awareness that it's a problem. I mean, they say in that final sentence, that it's burning their compassion towards their fellow humans. And they obviously wouldn't be saying that if it didn't bother them.
Okay.
So
all right, I'll give you
they
that.
at least have some self-awareness that this is really not the way to be living.
Right.
And a lot of people in the comment section pretty much said what you said, not as well worded. But Pickle of Wisdom responded, I'm just curious on your opinion. If I were to replace meat eaters with people who beat dogs, would I still be the asshat?
Yes.
Do all people deserve respect regardless of what immoral actions they do?
They, as people, deserve respect because they are people. Their actions do not deserve respect. You have to be able to separate the person from the action. They are not the same thing.
Yeah. Do I respect someone's choice to abuse animals? Absolutely not. Do I respect people's choice to eat animals? No. I don't respect it. But I still respect the fact that they have free will.
Yes.
And I can't force anyone to do what I want them to do.
So yes, you are absolutely and without question the asshat.
Yeah, pickle of wisdom, just take a hard look at yourself in the mirror and try and remember that you're supposed to be living a compassionate life.
Yes. Agreed.
And this is our last.
It is. Here we go. I
scenario.
love these kinds. I love these types. This is fun. So this is from Frustrated AITA. Am I the asshat for refusing to cook meat when my husband broke our daughter's only friendship because he hates vegans?
Well, judging from that one sentence, no. But let's learn more.
Obligatory throwaway because I don't want angry vegans in my inbox. My husband is from the South, and let me just say this. He hates vegans. His family is a stereotypical country one, and they get ridiculously mad when they see Beyond Meat, etc. advertisements on the television. They're practically vegan phobic and hate any menu which says suitable for vegetarians or vegans, etc. This never really bothered me, and I thought it was funny because I ate meat and didn't think it was a big deal. My daughter, now 6, was born allergic to a lot of things, like eggs, and she's also intolerant to lactose and grass pollen. She rarely got to go to birthday parties because we couldn't let her eat anything there. When she was a baby, my husband ate an egg sandwich and kissed her, and she broke out in hives, and we had to take her to the doctor. All new foods were tried under medical supervision. While she can eat meat, she can't eat any fun meat, like nuggets, because of egg contact.
Fun meat.
Right? One of the kids she recently met with is our new neighbor, who is around 4 houses away. They are completely vegan, and their son doesn't eat anything they don't. So at his birthday, she could eat the actual cake and not a muffin I'd sent. It cheered her up, and they had play dates even when we weren't supposed to. I was glad she made a friend. His parents hadn't called for a while and didn't pick up ours. When I saw his dad while I was out, I was like, hey, what's wrong? And he was really hostile, telling me to never talk to him or his wife again, and that he'd pray for my daughter. I thought that was crossing a line. He pulled his phone out and showed me a very rude text from my husband. I didn't believe his story that my husband started a fight, but when I asked him about it, he was proud that Sheila wasn't hanging out with hippies. I remembered the vegan hate, and I was like, until he apologized to the family and they agreed to let their kid play with ours, I'd never cook meat again. He said I needed to get over it and do my job, but I am cooking, just not what he would like. Am I the asshat? Edit. I will try to find couples counseling, although I don't think he'll agree to it. I hope Ina forgives me, vegan mom, since this blew up. I'm really very sorry and won't bother you again. Thank you for all of your responses. No, you're not at all an asshat for refusing to cook meat because you're protesting your husband and his family's hatred of vegans.
He sounds like a real jerk.
Wanting your daughter not to play with a kid down the street because his parents are vegan and therefore he is.
Yeah.
When she went to his birthday party and could eat the cake for the first time in her life.
She's like, not happy about that.
That's insane.
So, it is insane. And to tell your wife to get over it and do her job.
Yeah, that's
by cooking
ridiculous.
Your food.
So you are definitely not an asshat. However, your husband and his parents absolutely are.
Yeah.
There is no question about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Bypassing anything else, that they can't empathize with the fact that this little girl who has lots of allergies and is therefore immediately othered among kids her age can actually go to a friend's house and eat the food because she's not allergic to it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's kind of amazing. And can you imagine how that must feel for her?
Yeah.
But you all of a sudden hate your granddaughter because she's quote unquote playing with hippies.
No, it's his daughter.
Well, no, daughter-in-law and granddaughter.
Oh.
Because it's her husband's family.
Yeah, but it's the husband that sent the nasty text. Her husband.
Right. I get.
The daughter's father sent the nasty text.
To the vegan family?
To the neighbor.
Okay, that sucks too. Okay, so you and your daughter seem to be okay. From all that I can tell. But your husband and his family, definite asshats.
No, it seems to me like they have a problem with people that they believe may be woke.
Yes, I suppose, to be vegan, I suppose, in some way is to be woke.
Any man that thinks that he can tell his wife to get over something and do her job.
Yeah, that's problematic.
The fact that she's still cooking for him, I would not be cooking. And if I were him, I would be careful about what I was eating. Might have somebody test your food first, I mean.
Oh my God. Wow. That was kind of great. I totally wouldn't have gone there, but that was kind of great.
Oh, yeah. And somebody in the comments says the same thing. A spouse telling me to do your job in reference to a household chore would put me right on strike. I wouldn't stop cooking meat for the guy. I'd stop cooking for him. He sounds like an objectively horrible person to be so callous towards your daughter's friendship and so proud of picking a fight and insulting others.
Yeah.
Of course, the fact that you thought this kind of hatred was just sort of funny until it impacted your child makes me wonder a little bit about you.
Oh, well, that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
That's kind of fair because there's so much of that in the world that people will say, oh, well, this is weird or wrong or, woke or whatever words they're using anymore. But as soon as it impacts them, this kind of discrimination is okay until it affects me.
Yeah.
This kind of inequity is okay until it affects me.
Yeah.
That's a problem. So that I didn't catch that right away, but I agree. Absolutely.
Oy, oy, oy.
Those were some fun ones.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't say she's asshat, but she's certainly married to one.
Mm-hmm. No question.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
Those are always a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, that I wouldn't be eating any of the food she cooks after he said something like that. Oh man, you better pull up your DoorDash, dude. Yes.
Right.
Oh, it's time now for our favorite portion of the show.
Must be listener shout out time.
It's listener shout out.
Just want to give a shout out to all my fans watching. I love you guys. I love you.
This week's shout out goes to Laura from Rochester. Laura sent us a text thanking us for sharing Dustin Harder's buffalo chicken lasagna in an earlier episode. And a few days later said that she was inspired to turn it into a pizza, which in turn inspired us to make buffalo chicken pizza yesterday.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening and for your texts, Laura. They were, like I said, inspiring, and I chuckled. Laura said when she made the buffalo chicken that she destroyed her kitchen in the process. But some of the best meals come out of destroying your kitchen.
Oh, I agree completely.
Yeah. So you got us thinking, ooh, I would also like to have a buffalo chicken pizza. So we made buffalo chicken pizzas yesterday. And even though I oiled the pan, what I thought thoroughly, they stuck to the pan, which was a little frustrating. But once I got them off the pan, they were delicious.
Oh, they were fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah. So please send us your t-shirt size and address so that we can send you a Compassion and Cucumbers swag bag, Laura. You can text us using that link that you used before, or you can email us at compassionandcucumbers@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram or Facebook.
For the rest of you out there, if you would like a listener shout out, simply contact us using any of the methods that Christine just mentioned. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you think of the show. We'd love to shout you out and send you some swag. You can also always nominate someone else for a shout out.
You can. It's time to wrap this baby up. But before we go, be sure to subscribe to the show and leave a review on your favorite podcast app if it allows. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. Also, be sure and like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates about the show, pictures of the vegan food we find or make, and more. You may have noticed that recently I haven't been posting much on Instagram or Facebook because I'm kind of trying to take a little bit of a break from social media because it's just such a crap show out there.
I could not support that more.
It's just so much bad news. I try to check in, see what friends are up to and stuff, but it's just so much. I have to wade through so much bad stuff to get to the good that I've been kind of taking a little bit of a break on the social media.
I so fully support that. Yeah. She's actually been saying for the last, 2 or 3 weeks that she's considering going completely dark on social media, that just not doing social media anymore.
I am. So
I love that.
Yeah. So if you want to get news about upcoming episodes and maybe see pictures of things we're doing and stuff since VegFest season is kicking off, you can do that by subscribing to our weekly newsletter at our website, which is compassionandcucumbers.com.
And if you did go dark on social media, that would give us a really good excuse to do more with our website.
This is true. I have been slowly but surely updating the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would give us a really good excuse.
Emphasis on the slowly.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I know.
At least there's no longer stuff on there from 3 years ago. But
yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just got busy.
It's true.
Yeah.
It happens.
I have all the time in the world. It was just a matter of me learning the
platform.
Learning how the platform works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, friends, with that, it's time to sign off.
Oh.
You have just listened to episode 230 of the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, and there's nothing left to say, but where cukes and compassion are always the fashion on the podcast.
Thanks, James.
Have a great week, everyone.
We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
We love you.
We do. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The end.
A lot of the items what is wrong? Suddenly wrong with me. A lot of the items I've lifted. Not lifted. Not lifted.
You're not lifting it.
I'm not lifting anything.
Listed.
Yes. To us and to you, see, now you're laughing. Sorry, had to catch that. It just sounded weird.
Compassion and what am I talking about? If you'd like to support the Compassion and Cucumbers podcast, well, you can do that by hopping on over to our Patreon page and becoming a patron. We have all the recipes from our vegan kitchen series up there, and we'll be adding some patron-only episodes in the near future. So thank you for supporting us at whatever level that you choose, and thank you again for listening to Compassion and Cucumbers podcast.